gonna figure it out. Okay.
Yeah, bam. Let's go.
Gosh. Okay, so today we're gonna figure out like how we're gonna build out your portfolio. And then this is basically for anyone, like it doesn't really matter if you want to be like an engineer, product designer, journalist, marketing manager, like, or if you just want to use this for personal use. I think it'll be really interesting to just design your website. I think also as well, the questions to kind of think about is just these three questions. What is important to you? What do you want to share with other people? And what do you want your site to accomplish? So I would say like I guess students kind of want to make their site just as like a fleshed out resume, I would say, like because everything on your resume is just bullet points. You want to have some visuals and you want to like really have like, or you have a process about your whole like thing or what you worked on your whole summer and you can't just explain it into 2 bullet points on a resume. I think this is a great way to show it on there. And then, yeah, I mean, also just like be yourself on it, showcase your personality. I'm just gonna run through a few examples. I know I got you guys to do like find a few, what is it, like examples of websites, but I just wanted to kind of go through like what it'd be like because I'm not so sure if you guys, I know Andres and Gallatin, I don't remember, oh Grace, you're in Stern, right? And then Peter, I didn't ask you what major are you in?
I'm LS.
Oh, an LS. Okay, yeah. So I think it's pretty broad. I kind of did it tailored towards like engineers or designers, and then I found a few like writers so that you kind of have like an example for, let's say you don't want to be something that's so flashy. I think something that's really nice is like even this, like having a very simple layout. Make sure you just put your about you and then like any links that you want. But let's just go through a few of these first. So I found Brittany, who's like an engineer, and then she does like a full-on fleshed out like intro and like a bit about herself, and then you can just simply get in touch. And then if you scroll down, you see all of her stuff. And then this is a product designer at Apple. This is also fleshed out, and then you get all of his projects below. It's really up to you on how you want to do it, but I think having like the beginning of it like a fleshed out thing and then having a little peep is kind of nice if you do have projects that you want to showcase. And then how you could personalize it is just based on like what fonts you end up choosing. Other ways that you could do it, if let's say if you're more like if you have articles that you've published and you like write or contribute to other magazines or something, I think maybe having more of a writing style would be nice. And then if you're doing more project heavy, like a grid system would work very well. But yeah, and then next thing I wanted to go into, this is the exact same slide. I just wanted to look into a bit more about information architecture. So basically what information architecture is how your information on your website is structured. As you can tell, like I've highlighted a few. So like about, experience, work, contact, and then resume. About, Twitter, GitHub, home, archive, about. These are all like slightly a little different based on the context that you'd be writing it towards your site. I think it's important to like weed out right now on like what are the tabs that you want to have on your website. So I think definitely an about would be cool. It's really up to you if you want to put your resume on your website, if this is something that you want to showcase in the future. But like I personally don't because I think that's weird, but it's up to you. And then there's even like this style, which I'm not a huge fan about, but if let's say you do have a lot of things that you want to put on there, you can. So yeah, I think that is one thing that we can start brainstorming first because yeah, I'm gonna talk about elements to consider. But yeah, just have a look through. So like home, archive, about, work, fund me, about writing, speaking projects. Do you guys kind of have like a rough idea of what you guys want your website to be like? Or what do you guys want to write on it? Peter's like, maybe. I thought Peter was going to say something, so I was just going to wait, but okay, never mind. yeah, but I think in terms of that, like elements to consider adding is like first, like a bio. What do you like to do? Like, what is your major? You could write that, or what you're interested in, your work, and then maybe possibly like a blog, or if you have writings, and then like your contact info and maybe your resume if you want to. So I think what we can do now is I'm gonna send you guys maybe like a color palette to work on. I don't know what's the best way to do this because I want you guys to have your own files. I think maybe I'll create a page for you guys. So, Grace, I think Andre, you kind of have your own Figma. Do you want to create a page here or?
Sure, yeah, I can.
Okay, sure. I mean, this is just a good way for me to like get a pulse on what you guys need help on. And then I can just help you out in the Figma file. And then if you like have some stuff that is a bit more personal to you, let's say like you want to write your bio, you could just like copy and paste it or just write it somewhere else and use it in another Figma file. Sorry, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to send you guys this. Okay, chat. Here's the Figma file. I can set up, what is it? We could do desktop. I think also just striving to be as simple as possible. So like what I really like about these, and that's why I showed you guys, is that I think like when you're first starting out in web dev, you just kind of need to know the basics of how web dev works. And like a lot of it is a bunch of boxes and containers. And the reason why I wanted to make you guys start out in like the information architecture is like, so when you guys start up your code, you're going to have different like HTML and CSS files when you like when you want to style something. So it'd be much easier to structure it that way. But yeah, okay. So once everyone's on their own page, do you guys know how to get to your own page? Let me know, yeah. Also, Grace, did you end up downloading Figma onto your computer or are you still in the browser?
I have like 2 GB left on this laptop because I was supposed to have okay, so what happened was my laptop broke, so like I don't have my new laptop and this old laptop has no storage on it, so we're just gonna watch it burn.
I haven't received. Oh, Dana's here. Hello. Oh. Okay, maybe not hello. But I'm gonna send you guys this link. And then I think one thing you guys could get started on is to select like a color scheme that you guys like, and then we'll stick with it. I don't know. Oh, I can't find the chat again. So annoying. How do I chat to you guys? Oh, I found it. Okay, so I think I should share my whole screen so you guys can see it. Okay, so what I have up here is like basically the colors website, which I really like. And then once you click start, is it start? It should be like start color generator. It'll bring you to this page. And then what you can do is just press the space bar and hit something that you would like a color scheme that you'd like. And then also, if let's say you don't really like one of the colors, what you can do is like pick a shade, or let's say I like this purple and this like apricot color, I can just lock those and then like find other colors that I like. Yeah, but I think usually you would just want to pick, I try not to stray so far away with 5 colors. I try to do like 3 or 4 max, just so it's easier. Yeah, like even in my slides, I just did 2 colors. But yeah, let me know once you guys have gotten that. And then what you guys can do is use like color styles and start creating color styles on them. Oh, actually, okay, maybe not. Just take a screenshot of it or like export it, and then you can have all the hex colors and just put them next to your artboard. So let's say if I wanted like this one, this looks nice. I don't know how accessible this would be, but so I'll just screenshot it, and then I'm gonna use Grace artboard as an example and just drag and drop it. So I could just use it as reference. Sorry, Dana, are you still here? I can create a page for you right now.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. We're just about to get started on our websites. So I don't think you've missed much. It's just a little bit of info stuff. But yeah, I can just guide you along. Right now, what we're doing is just choosing a color scheme for our website. And then also like after that, we're gonna look into what are the different pages that we want, and then kind of structuring the composition of like where everything's gonna be laid out. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I don't know. Do you see the links on the chat?
Sorry?
Do you see the links on the chat?
I only see the coolers one.
Okay, I'm gonna send you the Figma one again. Alrighty. And then if you go to your top left, you should see your name, and then I can set up an artboard for you. Okay, it should be right there when you enter the Figma file. But yeah, I'll delete this. Sorry, Grace. Yep, okay, I'm gonna give you guys maybe like 5 minutes, like until 7:27, and then we can look into like information architecture. I guess we could also like discuss and like brainstorm together since it's only a small group of us. Wait, do you guys hear that? They're my neighbors. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so does anyone have like any projects that they want to showcase or like writings? No? Okay. I think one thing that you can consider, sorry, this is like some of my homework stuff, but okay, so basically I feel like some people do this, like software engineers like to do this, where they kind of just put like a little bit about them, and then they like basically translate their whole resume onto a website. And I just think like that's a bit redundant, and then you just put a contact me. I think one thing that you guys could do is to like basically figure out like where you want to structure the about me and like add images. I think that would be really nice. Yeah. And then if let's say you have personal interests or hobbies, so let's say like maybe you're into photography, you can put like you can upload images of your photographs that you've taken. And then yeah, we could explore that. But Grace and Peter, do you guys know like what type of content do you guys want to put on? Or like, what are you guys thinking about?
Oh, I was just thinking like a simple about me page.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, just adding on to what you said, something more like a visual fleshed out resume. So like maybe like a starting about page, and then there can be like other pages regarding more specific work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think if you're gonna consider that, like maybe having like an about page and a work page. Yeah, or like you can call it projects or something. But I guess we could start on that. So I want everyone to kind of just type out using the text tool. Like if you just hit the T on the top, or if you just put T on your keypad, you can create a text box. And I think just write down what are the pages that you want to have. So maybe Grace just talked about just having an about page. I think that is like already a good start. You can have a contact page as well, like contact me page, which has like your LinkedIn on it maybe if you want it to be super professional. I don't really know what else. Do you write? Do you have like a blog? You have thoughts to share to the world? I'm just kidding. You don't have to. I'm just like, I feel like a lot of people like that. But yeah, this is just an example. And then I want everyone to kind of get started on the headers. Like, what is your header gonna look like? And then also pick a font maybe of like what you want your left, what your name would look like on your top left. So some people put a logo, like Brittany here has done it, but some people just put their name. And one thing that's really nice is that what you can do is, like, look at this, like Nicole, you could have a different font here compared to your header font, which is like more of like a personal thing to show your personality. And then we can have like a standard font here. But yeah, I think these are really nice because in the about page, it's not just an about page, there's like mini hyperlinks. So let's say like currently I'm a student at NYU. Like last summer I worked at, I don't know, like Stripe, and then you could just put your LinkedIn profile. You could hyperlink your LinkedIn in there, or you could just link, yeah, I think you could do that. That would be better. Or if you have a specific project that's already online, you could link that. But yeah, I was trying to figure out like, if let's say you're a business person, what would you want to put on your website? But you don't necessarily have to. Oh, sorry, Dana, I wanted to fill you in. Okay, what you have to do is just kind of go to the colors website, and then you click start color generator and just pick like a color palette that you like and screenshot it and just drag it in.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Projects about contact. Yeah, okay. And I think like the about and contact page, okay, if about is too personal, I feel like you guys could just write it like on another day on your own. And then, oh, this is awesome. Okay. And then we can do contacts page and then kind of do a crit on that. So how about let's put a header in first with like home projects about contact. And then we're gonna look at how the contact page is gonna look like. Sorry, I'll get off your page, Peter. I don't wanna disturb anyone. Yeah, so feel free to like, you can put it on the right, you could center it. It's really up to you. Oh, Hunter's back. Hello, hello. Hello. Hi, Hunter.
Oh, hi. Was that directed at me? My bad. I didn't know who you were saying hi to. Sorry. That's on me. Hi. How's it going?
Yeah, it's good.
Sorry, I had to hop off for a second. But I'm back.
You're totally good. Oh my God, I just got ignored.
Sorry, I didn't. Yeah, that was not my goal. Was not to make that awkward. I just tried to sneak in as quietly as I could. But
The Zoom like doorbell sound does not help, but it's okay. You're good.
Okay, cool.
We're just setting up like our websites right now. I can just give you and Dana like a quick brief overview. So basically today we're just building out your portfolio. This is it doesn't really matter like if you're going into like the engineer or product design route, which is very techy. It could also just be something that's for like your personal use. And if you want to like flesh out, yeah. So like something that you could flesh out your resume from and like give more visuals to, or let's say if you've worked on a project and you want to talk more about the process of it, I think like a website is really good for that. And then some questions to think about when you are like building like you're writing your bio and like building out the whole website is just like, what is important to you guys? What do you want to share with other people? Like kind of just showcase yourself and like, what do you want your site to accomplish? And then, so I've just picked a few websites that are a bit more simpler because you guys will be coding it out next week. I think something to start off with is just like an about page and what what the contents are going to look like. And then one thing I also asked everyone to look at is just like information architecture. So what are all the headers going to look like? What are the different pages that you're going to have? Because these are going to influence like how you structure your HTML and CSS files. So we're just doing that real quick. This is just some elements that you might want to consider. You don't have to include all, but everyone else has kind of done a few. I know Peter has done home projects about and contact. So we could just get that. I'm going to create a page for you right now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't want to be caps. Okay. And then let me share the link. Okay, I just shared it in the chat. Do you see it, Hunter?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Got it.
Yep. And then one thing that we also did was pick our color scheme. You can go onto that website and then it brings you to here and you could just click the space bar and it'll generate like different colors where you can just pick which one you like. I think also just keep in mind in terms of accessibility, like don't have too much highlighter colors, I would say. Like that would be more of an accent, and then stick with something like this, I would say. Or yeah, darker tones, and then have one contrasting color, just as like a tip. But yeah, okay, Peter looks like he's getting started. Ooh, I like this. And then also, guys, feel free, like, don't worry about colors right now. I think we should just work in black and white, so it'd be helpful. Yeah. And then I could make one as well. Karina, Andrew, feel free to join me on this page if you want. I'll give everyone an artboard. Here. This is Karina's. This is mine. That's Andrew's. Okay, what do I want to put on mine? And then I think when you guys are thinking about headers, just like a quick Figma tip, like as a recap, what you can do is use auto layout, or you can even use the spacing feature. So let's say if I want about, I can do, oh, let me put on my keycaster so everyone can see. Okay, can you guys see the keycaster? Okay, so I can do Shift A. Oh, Shift A. Yeah. Ah, okay, I can't play that now. I'll play it later. Okay, so I auto layout, which is about, and then I can do duplicate and put it in here. Middle. Oh, whoa, there's so much new features in auto layout now. Okay. We'll see. Okay, there. And then I can duplicate that. And I can add contact, blog, projects. I think it's just nice to have a bit of consistency, and then I could change the space. I could make it 24. Did it change? 32. Oh. Sorry, feel free to unmute yourself, you guys, if you guys just want to chill and talk as well. 'Cause I feel like I don't know what everyone is doing or thinking about right now. Okay, there you go. Yeah, but if you guys don't want to get too like nitty gritty about auto layout, it's totally fine. But I think it's like a good way to figure things out. Oh, Hunter, let me direct you to your page. So on the top left, you can see like a bunch of pages, and I set one up for you. You can
Yep.
go to this page, and then like you can look at my board to see like as a reference if you need any help. Yeah, but we're just making our headers and picking like our font for our names on the top left. Also, it doesn't have to be on top left. If you want it to be in the middle, totally fine. I think I have like Noto Sans last time. Also, Andrew, feel free to let me know if like some things that aren't possible for HTML and CSS. For example, like fonts. Like we should just stick with some fonts because of like we have to use Google fonts.
I think it should be fine. I'm not really familiar with like which fonts are available and which ones aren't. But if we should be able to like import them from Google APIs.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, and then I kind of just like it, like having consistency. And then all of this larger. Okay, I realized Dana and Hunter didn't really come to last week's event, so we could do like a mini recap if we need to.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, just to like get you familiarized with Figma. So basically, this is your artboard, and then you can hit A to see like a bunch of artboards that you need if you're designing other interfaces. But right now we're just clicking with desktop, and then if I click that, I have another one next to mine. If you want to create a rectangle or square, and T for text. That's pretty much it, I would say, just to get simple with it. Right now, we're not doing anything super designy, so I don't think you should worry. But I will walk through like components and a little bit of auto layout again. But there's like a new update for auto layout that just got released today. So I'm not that familiar with the new ones, but I'm sure we can figure it out. I can remove this frame. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Okay. Okay, awesome. So one thing that I'm doing right now is using auto layout. And this is just a good way to keep all the spacing consistent between elements. Which is actually super helpful. If, let's say if I want to create like cards, like let's say this grid system, I can make everything spaced out equally and I don't have to like pixel push, like press the down and like these arrows all the time, which is really helpful. But yeah, okay, I'm just gonna check on everyone. About resume interests, cool. Oh, cool, okay. So yeah, everyone's kind of getting the hang of it. Dana and Hunter, like feel free to DM me or like stop me if you need help, because I know you guys weren't able to make it last week. For what I want to do next is probably, okay, so I want to say this is probably going to be your home page. So I'm just going to label mine home page so I don't forget. And then I'm going to create another one. And then I'm going to make this the about page. And for people who are on their own boards, I just like to put, just in terms of like documentation, I like to put like different pages on different rows, and then I can like code based on that. If it's just really messy, it can get very confusing. But yeah, just like a mini thing. So you see that I have this blank thing right now, and let's say I'm pretty much set on my header. So I want my header to look like this. Maybe I want like a line on it. Oops. Okay, I can change the angle up here. Okay, let's make this a little bigger. I'm gonna put that shameless plug on my name. Okay. So basically your header is everywhere on your website, right? So this is a perfect way to use this as a component. So what I mean by a component is, oh, why isn't it centered? Okay, so what I mean by a component is this. I'm gonna highlight this top bit, and then I'm gonna right click and do create component. Did everyone see that? Okay, so now you have this like purple hover, and this with this like filled in diamond, this is the main component. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy and paste it, and then on the right, on the left, you see this like hollow diamond, and I can just fit it up right here. Oh, there's a little bit of spacing, 25. I can just do that manually. Okay. And then, so what I can do is do that for every other page. So let's say I have a blog page. So these are all gonna be here. And then let's say I hate my header, and or like I don't want contact page on my page anymore. I just want about blog and projects. This is going to shift everything on top, so I don't have to click every single one individually in the future, which I think is really helpful. Yeah, so that's like a cool component feature. Yeah, okay, so let's get started on the about page. Oh, sorry, the contact page, I think. Like, I'm not so sure if you guys want like a specific contact page or it should just be below. Totally up to you. But we could just do, let's recreate a screen. I think that would be helpful. How much time do we have left? We have 15 minutes left. Okay. That was not good type. Okay, this is what I usually do. I usually go on Pinterest or like Dribbble, just for like inspo. And then I kind of find which ones I really like and then kind of copy the layout. Okay, let's go. Do you guys want to do a contact page? How do you guys feel about contact pages, or do you guys want to put it below?
I was just thinking of making it into like a what do you call it? Where you just put in your contact info and then you can send queries to the person. Like so it's not so much like a list of like your contact information, but more like send me a question type of thing, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And
So,
like you said, you can keep like actual like Facebook and like LinkedIn stuff on like the bottom of the homepage or whatnot.
yeah, I think that would be a good way. So maybe let's do our footer and our headers today. and then everyone else can kind of figure out content stuff, because I think that one is more personal and you guys can kind of just recreate that, but we can walk through that. So I think this would be super cool as a footer. Oh, whoa, there's animation on this. Okay. Let's just do it without animation. Also, apologies for the burr of my computer. It's really going crazy. Okay, so I also just want to let you guys know, let's say for these icons, you don't have to make them yourself. You can just go to like the icons, download. And then I use flat icon a lot. And then there's like a set that you can just download from. Social media. Nope. So obviously we're per college student, so we just want to pick the ones without the crown. I like to do the black and white ones, and what you can do is, I would suggest downloading the SVG. Because you can tweak the colors if you like the SVG. So I have that, and then I'm just gonna drag and drop it. Okay, here we have this, and I can click K to scale it. A nice design trick that I've learned is to make sure that in icons, it should be at least 44 by 44, because, oh, I guess it's more common on mobile, but like, let's say for thumbs, you want to be able to click the icon, and also just for usability, which is nice. But yeah, so I'm gonna do this for my footer. We don't have to do sign in register. We could just do contact me. Whoa. Maybe have, let's say, oh, okay, I totally forgot. Okay, so I don't think I want my contact me to be like right here. I kind of want to have a little bit of padding in my, oh, Karina, this looks so good. Okay, I kind of want some padding or like margins, and this will make more sense when you guys start learning HTML, CSS. And I want to have like a little bit of margin on my thing, or what is it called, Andrew? Is it margins or Karina?
Could be margin, could be padding.
Yeah, okay.
I think there's like 3 other.
Yeah, okay, I think they have it here. Columns, margin. Okay, I think it's margin. So what I can do is click layout grid on the side and click the add button. And then I like to put columns, and then I want to put like a 96 margin, or I could even go crazier. I can even just not do the math in my head and do it in Figma. So 128. And then I could do like contact me. I guess I don't need to have a line. Okay, contact me. What is usually on a contact me? Name. I'm going to click R, create a rectangle. Or do I want to, no, I'll just do name. Email. And then message. And then I know that messages are longer, so I'm just going to make this a little bigger. I'm going to make them a little rounded because I think it's pretty harsh. I can do that. And then also, just as a reminder, like if you guys want to do styles on this, totally, you guys should do styles, like font styles. So what I mean by that, Dana and Hunter, is like, let's say I know I have my header, I have my paragraph text, which is like basically if I want to describe something. What else do I want? Paragraph text. Or header 3. So what I can do is, let's say I want to use Roboto. What do I use for this? Roboto. Okay. I want Roboto for my headers. I can make them black, make it a little bigger. I can make it bigger than that. Actually, no. This is 32. Okay. I'm going to use this. Click a style, add, and then I'm going to do like section titles. So let's say I have like a contact me, and then that is immediately a style. So when I do that, that means I can use this and change every single style to be the exact same style, like same size, same, what is it? Like italicized or bold, so that everything is consistent. Because I think when you start coding it, you guys are going to have to like import fonts. You guys are going to have to make sure that they look the same. And I don't think you want too much variation. So yeah, I'm going to do this name. I could go a little bit smaller. And then I would really recommend you guys to just stick with gray boxes first, and then use your color palette and start adding in everything. And when you guys have your color palettes, so let's say these are my color palettes, I can just start clicking it and adding it here, right? But I feel like you should only do that at the end. One thing you should really focus on is just the structure of what your website's going to look like. Yeah. Any questions so far?
Yeah, I kind of have a dumb question.
There's no dumb question.
So I mean, like, it's just like a question for like, I guess like Figma in general. So like, I understand like we can like wireframe with this, but like, can you actually turn like what you make on Figma into a website, or like, do you have to like just see what you have on Figma and then like just like code what you have to like emulate what you have?
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could do that. So basically, you just have to emulate it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, that's a really. So basically, a lot of Figma, and then they also have prototyping tools, which is like called Origami or maybe After Effects. And that's when like you make it, like, let's say if I'm swiping through Instagram or scrolling through Instagram, what is it going to look like? That is using Origami. But like, what does the screen look like if I go from like the home page to the explore page? Like, what does the home page look like? What does the explore page look like? That's what product designers do. And then they hand it off to the engineers, and they're like, okay, like this animation is going to take hella long. Like, we're not going to do this. Do you have another example? Yeah. But good question. Hunter, Dana, are you guys doing okay?
Yeah, I'm just listening for now.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think I'm trying to follow along with you as well.
Yeah, no worries. Also, if you just want to work on the same page as me and work along that, totally fine. But yeah. I don't know if this is too big. We might have to test it out. Or what you can do is click. Where's the play button? Play button, where are you? Oh, maybe because there's no. Yeah, so you're gonna see this, and probably some of it's a little bit too big, and then you guys are just adjust accordingly when you're coding, because that's what I usually do. But yeah, okay, so then since we have a contact me page already set, we can use this as a component again. And then we can copy and paste it anywhere. So make sure these are where all your main components are. So usually what I would do is actually put this page, or like I don't even need a page technically. I would just have each components on the side just for documentation purposes. And then I would put like main components. So that this is like where all your main components are going to be. So let's say if you need to change something, you can just like drag it to see what it'll look like on the actual page and then adjust it and then bring it back. But just a useful tip, I would say. So I can copy and paste it. But, oh no, okay, so also, let's say you can also do the same styles with layout grids. So you can click plus. Whoa, 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 someone changed my whole background. Sorry, 5 calls, okay. And then I have this right here. So you can always have those as a guideline and then use that. But one thing is, let's say I knew I already had this. I can just click this and copy and paste it and it goes in the exact same spot, which is like a neat tip. But yeah, okay. Okay, does everyone like get the hang of it? How is everyone feeling about it?
Great.
Pretty good?
Good.
That's
Good.
good. Okay, yeah. So I guess like in terms of next steps, I would recommend like building out the other components that you want. What is your about page gonna look like? What is your contact page? I think we have this, so maybe you don't need a contact page. Maybe if you're gonna have like a blog, what is that format gonna look like? Just for an example, I can show you mine. I'm not like that proud of my website because I coded it up in like 2 days. Also, it's not as responsive. So I have about, work, and blog. And so this is basically one HTML page. And then this is also one CSS page, which is the styling of your page. And then work is basically, it goes down here. This is not the best UX. And then blog, this is like all my homework stuff that I write for my blog. But this is a different HTML page. And then there's a different CSS page on it. And then you would want to have your hover features on your CSS page that is tailored to the blog. And then let's say for this blog post, each blog post is a separate HTML page. And then, but all of these blog posts follows the same style. So they're only they're gonna share one CSS page. Does that make sense? Yeah, but I think it'll make more sense once you guys start learning. But so let's say for this is a main component. This is a main component, which is like my footer. What else is a main component? Yeah, this could be a main component, like a card could be a main component if you're doing something that's grid style. Yeah, just for like some Figma tips if you guys are planning on using components in the auto layout. But yeah, any questions? Oh, is Peter clapping? Thank you. Thanks, Andre. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm gonna pause it because this is so awkward. Oh,